has a lot of crossword puzzles and other types of puzzles, and I thought it would be super relaxing and it will hopefully help you fall asleep if I light a candle and do some of these word searching games. I love these. I do this on my phone to fall asleep every night. So this is even extra tingly for me to touch these papers and write down with my pencil and listen to the wooden part of the candle being burned. I hope it helps you as much as it helps me. Now, let's get into the video. If you're not subscribed, well, do it, of course. Thank you. The first case that I want to talk about is an old one, a classic true crime case that everyone in the world has heard of at least once, and that is the murder of JonBenét Ramsey. But why are we talking about her again after 28 years? What's the news with it? I will be reading an article from courttv.com that's titled Boulder Police Give Annual JonBenét Ramsey Case Update a month early. Now Boulder, where is Boulder? Boulder City in Colorado. Boulder is a city at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains in northern Colorado. Interesting. I don't think I've ever known where this happened. This article was published on November 29, 2024, and it says JonBenét Ramsey was 6 years old when she was found dead inside her Boulder home the day after Christmas in 1996. Nearly 28 years later, her case remains unsolved. A new documentary on Netflix is titled with the question that has never been answered, and that is Cold Case. Who killed JonBenét Ramsey? So that is why they are talking about this case again, since it's almost the anniversary of it happening, and also that Netflix has come out with this documentary series. Have you watched it? Or are you planning to watch it? Because I have not watched anything, to be honest, except YouTube for the past couple of years. But if you watch this documentary and you thought it was good, or you have any other documentary recommendations for me, that would be nice. So, amid the increased attention on the case since the Netflix documentary came out, the Boulder Police Department released its annual update on the ongoing homicide investigation a month earlier than normal. In the video update, Police Chief Stephen Redfern said, quote, "While I was not at the Boulder Police 28 years ago, I have worked in policing for more than 20 years, and I want to assure you that our agency is committed to doing everything we can to bring justice to JonBenét and to hold her killer responsible." End quote. A lot has changed in law enforcement since 1996, and the chief acknowledged that there are a number of things police could have done better when initially investigating what happened to JonBenét. Chief Redfern said, quote, "However, it is important to emphasize that while we cannot go back to that horrible day in 1996, our goal is to find JonBenét Ramsey's killer. Our commitment to that has never wavered." End quote. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, when are they gonna stop saying that? Boulder PD said, quote, "The assertion that there is viable evidence and leads that we are not pursuing, and that includes DNA testing, is completely false." Interesting. Who is saying that? Why do people think police has DNA evidence or leads that they are not pursuing? In November 2022, Boulder PD announced a partnership with Colorado Cold Case Review Team through a joint press release with the city of Boulder. Chief Redfern said their collaboration with the Colorado Cold Case Review Team resulted in a lengthy list of recommendations that Boulder police continue to work through. So they're saying there's nothing new, but we are trying. He goes on to talk about how many tips and interviews and evidence and blah 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 they have to go through, and they have gone through. A Boulder police spokesperson said because this is an open and ongoing investigation, they cannot provide interviews or answer specific questions at this time. Michael Tracy is a professor at the University of Colorado at Boulder and was featured in the Netflix documentary. He said, quote, "I became involved in the case very early on, early 1997. The reason I became involved was actually not to do with the murder itself. I looked at the way in which the media were covering the case, the way in which the culture was reacting to the case, and actually the global culture, because this was a global story. And I was appalled by what I saw. It was unfair. It was full of lies, full of misinformation, in an attempt to basically frame the family." End quote. While Tracy has not watched the documentary yet, he has already experienced the influence of the streaming giant. He said, quote, "I've discovered the power of Netflix. I discovered that today. Oh my god, I mean, I've co-produced 4 documentaries. Netflix got more attention in 24 hours than we did in case has been handled. One of the suspects in the case was John Mark Carr, K-A-R-R, who confessed to the killing in 2006. However, his DNA did not match the DNA that was found on JonBenét. Carr communicated with Tracy prior to the confession. Tracy said, quote, "The emails were very intense. I'll be honest, it was not fun. And then we had the phone conversations. It was very, very dark experience." He confessed. He confessed in emails. He confessed in phone calls. He confessed in a book manuscript. End quote. Tracy is convinced the person who was evaded law enforcement all these years is not a member of the Ramsey family. A lot of people I'm saying that, not the article, a lot of people think that his brother, who was older than him, you can see him in this picture, not that much older, he killed JonBenét, and the family pretended like they didn't know who it was to save the boy. But Tracy says that that's not what happened. That's not what he think happened. He said, quote, "You don't know until you know, but I would be extremely surprised, to say the least, if it was a Ramsey. It wasn't. It was a perverted, violent predator who liked to hurt the little girls and in the process destroyed the Ramsey family." End quote. The ex-spokesperson for the attorney's office of this area, Boulder, said they are continuing to work with the federal and state and local agencies to make progress in this tragic case. Their statement reads, quote, "The murder of JonBenét Ramsey was a tragedy. Our office has successfully prosecuted cold case homicides and many other murder cases. Our office appreciates the continued collaboration with all these different agencies. As with any cold case homicide, the overarching goal is to look at the facts and evidence with fresh eyes and open mind, armed with the latest developments in forensic science." And some other sentences that says they are doing what they've been doing for the last 28 years, which is solving the case. We don't know what's going on, and that's why honestly I don't like watching documentaries or TV shows made about true crime cases, because what new things are they gonna add to it besides dramatizing it? They don't have any new information. If there was any information, it would be on news. And I don't like watching it all. I am whispering about it right now, but it's like reading a book, a real book about real people, but it puts people to sleep. But I don't like watching it on TV. How about you? Do you watch TV shows like the Menendez Brothers, the Monster, those type of things? And that is about JonBenét case. Unfortunately, not much choices are endless. Now this next story is one that I really want to read this article about. I haven't read it. I saw a little gist about it and decided to find a good article on it, and I thought this one would be good. It's from themirror.com and it's titled "Hiker Emerges After 50 Days Lost in Frigid Wilderness, Complaining, quote, he didn't catch a fish." Others saying that when he was found he joked that he didn't find any fish. But in the world, 50 days is unbelievable in this time of the year. The article was published on November 28, 2024. After spending 50 days missing in the frigid Canadian wilderness, wandering the northern Rockies, Sam Bastick emerged from the trail and is now recovering in a hospital. His last name is Benestick. Bastick, maybe. His mom announced on Facebook that Sam survived after he was reported missing on October 19, posting in a favorite fishing hiking group of his that got recovering in hospital, complained he hadn't got one fish. He will make recovery, just needs some time, end quote. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Like, how much humans want to live is crazy. How much they can survive. Sam Bastick went camping in Redfern Kiley Provincial Park in British Columbia and was supposed to be gone only 10 days. When he hadn't returned, his parents rallied a search effort for him. Experts were shocked at Sam's miraculous survival in an area that hit negative 20 degrees in late October and is rife with bears in the winter, along with a difficult terrain that includes glacier areas. Like, I don't know how did he do it. He needs to write a book ASAP. In a series of Facebook updates, the mother of missing hiker Ben Bastick detailed her relentless search across various peaks and rivers for any sign of her son. What a crazy 50 days for both this boy and his family. It's crazy. Prince George, search and rescue search manager Adam Hawkins said, quote, "Those are very difficult conditions for really anyone to survive in, especially with limited supplies and equipment and food," end quote. Over a month after he was reported missing, 2 men heading to work down a trail spotted a man heading toward them, according to a police statement. Sam's family spent weeks at the Buffalo in Pink Mountain months in their search for him. The team finally had to call the search off in late October as temperatures got too low for rescuers and hope of finding Sam dwindled. And all that time, he was surviving by himself, and at the end, he saved himself by finding that trail somehow. Finally, he was spotted on a trail by 2 oil and gas workers who spent the past week surveying the trail. Also, they were looking for him, like an apparition. They saw him walking towards them on walking sticks, and recognizing him helped him to their car. They said that Sam nearly collapsed by the time they got to the car. They fed Sam sandwiches as they drove him away from the woods, and helped him call his father once they reached an area with cell service. Sam is now in the hospital, recovering, though little is known about his condition. His mom posted a photo of the avid hiker, which shows him wearing a medical eye mask and giving 2 thumbs up. After being rescued, he revealed to authorities that he had initially stayed in his car for several days before moving to a creek near a mountain, where he camped for approximately 2 weeks. He then relocated further down the valley, constructing a shelter in a creek bed. Local innkeeper Mike Reed, who became acquainted with Mr. Bastick's family during their stay at the establishment amid the search efforts, shared that the hiker had ingeniously cut his sleeping bag and wrapped it around his legs to keep warm. Sam's uncle expressed that it's kind of unbelievable. Imagine being out there, being that cold for that long. I cannot imagine that. It is disclosed that his enthusiastic outdoorsman nephew was dealing with frostbite and some smoke inhalation. He must have sat by the fire for a long time. Okay. God, they've been on that road for a week, and he said 4-wheelers and snowmobiles were going up and down that road. Who says that? Was Reed? Or the local that was helping them? Like it was Reed. He said that this morning they had just started driving, and they said, the hell is that person doing walking on that road? And he had 2 sticks, one in each hand, and it was Sam. Eileen Stevens, who identifies herself as Sam's Nana, how do you say it? N-A-N-A, Nana, having married his paternal grandfather, expressed her elation upon hearing her grandson had been found, but also noted that she never gave up hope that he was still alive. She said, quote, "Sam is a guy who research in advance. She doesn't believe he would have purposely gone missing for such a long period, jokingly adding that she would be buying him a GPS for Christmas. More seriously, she expressed her pride in him for surviving for so long in the wilderness. She said, quote, "I don't know his story, but I'm sure it's going to be freaking amazing," end quote. I hope they didn't do it on purpose, but this is an amazing story, and for once someone survived, and I think that's a good place to end the video for tonight. Let me know what types of triggers you like in the background, and if you've enjoyed this paper and writing stuff, and subscribe.